Okay, so obviously the first thing you have to do is sign in. And once you've signed in to your Infinite Campus, you're going to go to Instruction. Once you click on Instruction, we go to, accidentally clicked Attendance. We actually want to go to Assignments. So you click on Assignments. And once in the Assignments section, you're going to go to Edit Teacher Preferences. You click on Edit Teacher Preferences, and you can hide drop students, you can show student ID numbers, used canned comments like always, and you can sort the order of the gradebook here. You can play with these and you can apply them. If you hit mass assign to multiple sections, you can apply them to all the sections that you teach by clicking check all. Once you do that, remember to hit save. Always got to hit save when you're setting up preferences or any part of this. Remember to click save. The next step, you're going to go to Edit Grade Calc Options. And you don't see anything. If you click the Show button, it'll drop down and show all your marking periods. And for this, we're going to select Calculate in Progress Grade for marking period 1. And we know that the grading scale is alpha, and it's going to be weighted categories. You do the same thing again for marking period 2, alpha, weight categories. And here in marking period 2, we're down marking period 3. Marking period 3, alpha, weight categories, but we're going to go back up here because we forgot to put in the midterm exam, which is also alpha, but do not weight the categories for the midterm exam. Marking period 4, it's alpha, and we weight the categories. Final exam is alpha. You do not weight the categories for the exams because they're their own separate thing. And final average, that is numeric, and we're going to weight the categories. Once you've done this for your marking periods, remember to click Save. Okay, for the next section, we're going to go to Edit Categories. This is where you're going to weight your assignments that will make up the marking period grades. So you click on Edit Categories and then Create Category. And you have to name your category. If it's in red, it has to be done. So we're going to start with tests. We're going to weight it at 40%. And we're going to assign it to multiple sections, 2 environmental classes. And this is going to go to the marking period. So you check marking period. And that's your first category. You got to click Save Category. Okay. Once you click Save Category, in order to create another one, you go back to Categories. You'll see that it's there, and then you can create another category. And remember, the percentages for your categories have to come from your curriculum guides for the classes that you're teaching. These are just examples. So homework, 20%. You can drop lowest score if you want or not. You can assign it to the 2 sections I have, and the grade is going to go towards the marking period. Save category. And we go back to categories. We have 2. Create another one. We'll call this one Class Participation. We'll make it 20%. Assign it to multiple sections if you want, and it goes to the marking period. Remember to click Save Category, and you can go back and see if it's there. Create another category, Projects. We'll make Projects 20%, assign it to the 2 sections I have, and it goes toward the marking period. Remember that your categories have to equal 100%. So there we have 100%. Those are our 4 categories where the student's grades for the marking period will come from. There are some additional categories that we have to add here. So, we'll go to Create Category again. Sorry about that. So Create Category. We're going to create a category that is separate from your student's grades. We'll call this Term Record Calculation. And we're going to weight it 80%. And this way there's a separate column that will calculate the term record based on the way we have been told to. So marking period grades end up being 80% and midterm and final end up equaling 20. And this way the gradebook will do your term records for you. So create a category, call it term record, make it 80% and save it. And that'll stand alone. The only thing that that's going to, you saw we clicked only final average. And the only thing that that will add up to is the final average. We'll also have to create a category for the midterm exam, midterm test, and that'll be 10%. You can assign it to both sections. And then this is only going to go to the midterm exam and the final average. Save your category. And we'll do the same again for the final exam. Create a category for the final exam or final test. We'll weight it 10%. Assign it to multiple sections, and this is only going to be the final exam and the final average. And we'll save category. Just remember that your categories and your percentages for each should be laid out in your curriculum guides. So this is just an example. Once again, they will be laid out in the curriculum guides for you. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is how to create assignments that will be populated into your gradebook. So these are assignments that you'll be given all throughout the course of a marking period. So a homework, classwork, a test, whatever the case may be. So let's call this chapter review. If it's red, it needs to be filled in, so we have to give it an abbreviation, chapter review. And this is going to be a scored assignment. So we have scored assignment clicked here. And then there's a section for notes. These are just your personal notes. The first one, nobody can see. The information will not be displayed on Campus Portal. So if you wanted to put notes to yourself there, you could. For teacher view only. Now if I'm teaching 2 of the same class and I have the same assignments, it'll allow me to match them, so I can click both classes and the assignment will go to both sections of the gradebook. You have to fill in a due date, and that due date has to be after the assigned date, otherwise it will not accept it. Once you've done that, there are options for notes to students here. Just be careful or be mindful if you're going to put notes to the students, know that that information is displayed on the portal, so parents with access and students with access will see these notes. These are public notes. So you can put what the assignment was, what the students had to do. You can put objectives, you could put references. And when it's enabled, we will be able to allow students to submit via the campus portal. So I'm just showing you that there. And this is going to go towards the marking period, and there are the categories that we created earlier. So this is a homework. I'm going to make it 20 points. And the multiplier is 1. That just means if you wanted to double it, you could. Remember to click Save. Always click Save. If we go to our assignment list, there's the first assignment we created. Our chapter review, it's a marking period, it's a homework grade. There it is again. If you wanted to go back and change something and resave it, you could. We have these tabs up here, and I'll show you this in Gradebook in a minute, but it allows you to click turned in, missing, late, incomplete, cheated, or exempt. Now if you go and you want to look at this in your Gradebook, you click Gradebook Beta. And here's one of my sections, and there's the assignment that we created. You can click on it, it'll show it to you. And if you wanted to start grading it, you would just fill in the numbers underneath. It shows you that it was worth 20 points, the day that it was due on. And we'll go back and we'll create another assignment, just to show you one more time. So you create assignment, you name the assignment, call this a chapter test, have to give it an abbreviation. And this is also a scored assignment. No notes. I'm going to assign it to both of my sections. It's going to go towards the marking period, and this is a test, and we created this category earlier. Make it 100 points. And remember to click Save. You have to save the assignment. And then we can look at it in our gradebook immediately. I'm going to scroll over here. And there's our second assignment that we created. You can see it's worth 100 points. We have the date. And it puts it in reverse order, so the last one you created shows up first. So now I can go ahead grading this assignment. Now, as soon as you start grading, you'll know the big red Save button in the top left of the screen is there. It's reminding you that you must click Save before exiting this screen, or else after punching all those numbers in, if you navigate away, they will not be saved. So it shows you their percentage, it shows you their alpha grade, it shows you points earned and points possible. And here are those little tabs I showed you about before, cheated, exempt. If you click cheated, you'll notice the grade is striked and the student automatically gets a 0. If you click missing, it plugs in a 0. If you click late, it'll tag it as being late. It doesn't change the grade. If you click exempt, a gray box will appear and it doesn't allow you to punch in a grade because you're saying that student did not have to take it. So in other words, it will not calculate it. Remember to click Save.